What's going on, guys? It's Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another poker vlog. And tomorrow, this weekend, I'll be in Houston playing at a card room called Champion Social for my first ever meetup game this weekend. So if you're not doing anything, if you're from around the area or you are busy or whatever, I'll be there for all 3 days this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 25th to 27th. And it'll be a great time playing 1-3 No Limit Hold'em. There might be a tournament going on, I think Saturday or Sunday. We'll see. We might have to dabble in that. That should be a great time. So, yeah, looking forward to meeting a bunch of you guys from around the area, and definitely come hang out. There'll be a ton of food, games, all that fun stuff. So, looking forward to hanging out with a bunch of you guys. So, let's get into the action of this specific video, and I can't wait for this weekend.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another video on this channel. Today we're actually doing something a little different. We traveled our way up north in the middle of New Hampshire. We're here at Lakes Region Casino. It's right pretty close, like south of Lake Winnie, and I'm here just for like a little quick trip. Wanted to go out and get like a weekend trip into the lakes, so we saw a local casino here, local club. Figured we'd step in and check it out. So I think this is going to be a little different of a video. It seems a lot more local, has more of a local feel, and the only game that they're running right now is 1-2 with a min and max of $20 to $300. So this might be a little different than my normal videos. We're gonna see how it goes. It looks like it's super local, so yeah, we're gonna mix it in, and we'll see. I have no idea what we're gonna do here, but hopefully we can just run it up in the 1-2. We've been running really well so far, so yeah, different experience. Wanted to try out a new place in New Hampshire. In this place, here we are in Lakes Region, so hopefully we'll get on the list and get on the table, run things up. We hop into the 1-2 where the max buy-in is $300, and the very first hand that we're going to go into, we have 8-7 of spades under the gun. Let's go. We love these suited connectors. I open it up to $10, and both blinds make the call. Playing three-handed here to the flop, which comes King, Jack, 4, 2 spades. Checks to me, and easy c-bet spot when I can rep a ton of the kings and jacks in my range, along with the flush draw as well, so I bet $20. The small blind makes the call, and now the big blind raises it up to $50. He only has about $100-ish behind, and for $30 more, we definitely just are gonna make the call. The small blind, I want to incentivize him to call as well, since he covers me and has a decent sized stack. So I call, and good for us, the small blind called as well. Let's try to improve to a spade on the turn. The turn comes the jack of spades. So we get there. The board pairing isn't great, but once it checks to me, certainly going to have to bet for value once we have an 8-high flush. So we throw out a bet of $125. The small blind thinks about it and then reluctantly folds. We would have loved to have him in there. And the big blind calls for less. He's all in for $104 total. So let's go to a river.
What the?
The river's a deuce, blank for us, and he shows us King Jack for a full house. First hand of the night, time to add back on. Next hand, pocket tens in the cutoff. There's an untitled limp, and the player to my right, who we just doubled up, raises it up to $12. Here with a pretty good hand in position, I decide to 3-bet on a little bit larger to $40. Debated between $35 or $40. We're gonna go with 40 here. The small blind cold calls the 40, which I think is really strange because I just have no idea what he could be holding here. I'm super unfamiliar with the crowd and playstyle. I'm very curious to what the small blind cold call range is. The player to my right, pre-flop raiser, folds, and we're going heads up in position. The flop comes King 9-3 rainbow. He checks to us, and with an over out there, and I'm very unfamiliar with what his range is, we decide to just check it back in position and pot control. Heads up to a turn, which comes a 6. He now throws out a bet of $50. Here, it seems really strong. I feel like I can definitely fold this a lot of the time, but like I said, I'm unfamiliar with the ranges. He could be valuing a 9 sometimes. I have no idea, but I just make the call for 50. Here to the river, which comes a 4. Once again, he throws out $50, and at this point, I feel like I just have to donate to him. So I toss in 50 chips in his direction. He shows us King Jack suited, and we lose this one. Not the best go at it so far, so here in the third hand, pocket sevens on the button playing 5-handed. The hijack open limps, and onto me here, I'm definitely raising, so I size to $12. The small blind and limper both make the call, so we're going 3 ways once again in position. The flop is 8-4-5 rainbow. Checks to me, and I don't think this is pretty horrible since I do have a pair and a straight draw, and here with only 1 over to our pair, really not the worst board in the world. So I bet $15 when checked to me, and the small blind folds, and the limper makes the call. Off to a turn, which comes another 8. Really good card for us, as it's super unlikely that I'm beat now. Since it's super unlikely he has an 8, and now all 4-5 hands are counterfeited, I throw out another value bet of $35. Once again, he makes the call. Going to a river, not sure what we're looking for, but the river comes a king. He checks to us once again for the 3rd time, and could I value bet something like $5? I feel like that's kind of like the only appropriate sizing I can throw out there for value, but I decided to check it back, didn't want the extra $5, and it turns out to be a good thing as he shows us King 6 offsuit. Limped in early position with King 6, and he hit the king on the river. Things have not gone well for me so far these first 3 hands, but this next one, King Queen of Hearts in the small blind. There's an unagain limp and a cutoff who raises to $12. Here, out of position, very good hand to play. Let's 3-bet this and amp up the aggression. I 3-bet to $45 out of position, and now the player to my left in the big blind, he cold calls this $45 bets. Okay, we've got some action because the cutoff makes the call and comes along as well. So we've got action 3 ways to a flop, which comes King 9-5 rainbow. Awesome board for us, it's dry enough, and I think King Queen is good here a decent amount of the time. So I c-bet $55. The player to my left who cold called my 3 bets makes the call, and the cutoff makes the call as well. Oh boy, we are in quite a spot. I think like King Queen is going to have to check it back on a lot of turns. So we're going to see what happens. The turn comes the 7 of hearts. Well, out of all the turns that we could ask for, this is pretty good as we do improve to the backdoor flush draw along with our top pair. I'm going to have to go with it. I have $171 total in my stack. So let's go for it. I jam my whole stack in there. The big blind snap calls for $115. That's awful. And now the cutoff makes the call as well. Who covers me? What the hell's going on? Alright, let's try to improve. I have no idea what I need, but maybe some hearts would be nice. Going to a river, 3 ways. Actions closed because we are all in. The river comes a queen. The small blind shows pocket aces. Welcome to Suckout City. The cutoff folds, and how the hell did we suck out big time against aces? We're cracking them. Shout out to Lon, whose aces I cracked. Really unfortunate there, but it was really nice playing with you this night.
Jeff, no pictures. Jeff. No donkey card protector.
Here we are with pocket 9s in the hijack with an unagain straddle. The player that's first to act opens it up to $25. I'm thinking it's a pretty large sizing. Seems like he has a pretty decent hand. But still, here in position, I think it's a perfect candidate to 3-bet with a medium-sized pair. I go for the 3-bet to $75 in position. It folds all the way around to him, and he makes the call after tanking for a minute. Not sure if he wanted to 4-bet, not sure if he had a marginal hand, but we're going to see a flop. The flop comes King Jack Jack, 2 hearts. Pretty freaking gross, huh? He checks, and yeah, we're going to check it back, see a turn. The turn comes an ace, so there's that. He thinks about it and ends up checking to us again for a 2nd time. Here, I think I'm just forced to protect my range and bet my range. Considering that he did check to us on 2 streets, we're certainly going to have to go for it and turn our hand into a bluff here. Potentially, it could just be a semi-bluff, as I can get a very light call from pocket pairs from 5s plus. I'm not really sure, but I do bet $65. He folds, and we're happy to take this one down on a pretty gross flop. Things seem to be going well so far, picking up 2 pots in a row. Pocket kings, here we go, on the button. There's a limper to me, and in position I raise to $12. We get some action. The big blind and limper make the call. Going to a flop. Let's see a good one. The flop is Jack 6-4, 2 hearts. Pretty dry board considering the situation. Checks to me, and with our overpair, I see bet $25, but sadly, no luck. But sadly, no more value for us. Both players fold. Okay, this one I've got to say is a fun one. Ace-Jack offsuit, under the gun, playing 5-handed. I opened up the action to $10, seems like the standard 5x sizing here at this table. And it seems like we're just playing a bomb pot because all 4 players make the call. Action central here at Great Lakes, and we're going 5 ways to a flop, which comes Jack 9-4, 2 hearts. So flopping top, multi-way, certainly a hand that we're going to go with. I see bet $35. It folds to the player on the button who raises it up to $200. Okay, well, some background with this button player. He's been making a lot of marginal hands so far, and he's been very good at driving the action on this table. So, considering that, and considering the amount of action he's giving, I'm never folding here, and we're just going to have to go all in. No surprise where the action ends up folding back to me. I somehow accidentally make the call. I thought he was all in for some reason. I don't know, I just had a blank, but he has $100 behind in his stack, so it's not too much of an issue.
Call.
It's 200.
I'm open-ended.
Oh, fuck, I meant... Oh. Okay.
I was wondering what you guys were doing.
I thought we were all in.
No, he was not all
The two, the way you cut them out.
My apologies. Well, I gave you a good price.
Are you flipping them?
That doesn't matter.
Okay, you're first to act.
Okay, so I'm gonna go all in.
I call.
So he has 10-8.
Call.
Nice hand.
Ah, that's gross.
Nice hand, Joe.
So gross.
That right there is 120.
From one fun hand to another, this one is a doozy. We're under the gun once again, Jack 9 of clubs, and we're playing 5-handed. I opened to $10, and I clearly just didn't get the memo that we're playing bomb pots, because all 4 players make the call once again, so 5 ways to the flop. The flop is 10, 7, 8, 2 spades, so you could probably say this one is above average for us. Okay, so I see bet $35 with the stone cold nuts. The cutoff makes the call, the button makes the call, the small blind tanks and folds, and of course, why not, the big blind makes the call. From 5 ways to the flop comes 4 ways to the turn. Let's just not see a spade here, please. The turn comes the 6 of spades. Fuck, just out of all the things that I want to see, that one was not it. So I check to evaluate the action. I am second to act here, so I just check, hoping to see a river. But the cutoff to my left throws out a bet of $60. The button makes the call for 60, and now action onto me. I think I just have to call here, although like folding is definitely not out of the question, but given how much action there is during the game, I just can't fold a nut straight yet, considering that people can still draw to a spade. People don't necessarily have to have a flush here all the time. The river comes a queen. Okay, so we have a 7-liner to the straight. And I think when I'm first to act, I definitely have to go for value. I don't want this to go checking all the way through. So let's just target maybe 9x holdings. Let's target 2-pair holdings. So I bet on the smaller side to $125. Definitely going to have to fold to any raise if it comes to that. But the cutoff makes the call, the button folds, we show our hand, and it looks like we're up against King 9 of hearts. So we hold with our nut straight, and we get some value. So this was a pretty big pot to say the least, and I think we're up on the session now.
Of course you got me.
Those are really bad.
Alrighty, last hand of the session, we have 8-7 of clubs and under the gun. I opened it up once again to $10. The play to my left, 3 bets to $30. Once again, man, we're playing bomb pots because everyone else at the table makes the calls. So, sure, I will also call as well. Once again, 5 ways to the freaking flop. The flop comes ace, 8, 8, 2 spades. Great. Alright, we're not going to complain anymore. Alright, we're flopping really well. Action checks to the cutoff player who throws out 8 bets of $30, a very small 1/5 pot c-bet. The small blind calls the 30 and actions onto me. With this small sizing and a pretty vulnerable 8, we're certainly going to have to raise it up. So we put in the check raise to $140. Unfortunately, both players fold, so we take down a pretty decent sized pot here, and we are finally chipping up.
I know, runner, I guess.
Here with my buddy Eric.
What's up? Big fan of the vlog for a while now.
Thanks a lot, bro. Running up tonight.
Hope you got a lot of those wonderful.
Definitely action.
You made it. Oh yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1,000.
Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you.
What what an absolutely insane night. There was action left and right, and the 1-2 game got pretty big. We got stacks in there for sure. So we were in the game for 700, out of the game for 1,000. It's rainy, it's misty, foggy. I'm gonna end this outro real quick. So played for about 2.5 hours. It was a great time. They only had like 3 or 4 tables at the peak, so that was cool. Anyways, it's raining. Oh, it's windy. I'm ending this. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Smash that like button. Comment down below. Whatever. Thanks for watching. Peace. Oh my God.